You are listening to Penne Pyro, Book 2 of the Jade Sommer Series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2021. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 15. I pulled up the strap of the dress, only to then have to pull down the hem of the skirt. "This dress is too small," I said. "I should have put on my jeans and just borrowed one of Mom's shirts."
"No, this is better,"
Mila said as she emptied her pockets. She littered the side counter with wads of money and receipts. "He's going to think I went to the trouble of getting ready for him."
"You did."
"No, I just didn't want to smell like Kobe's locker." I'm going back upstairs to change. But before I could take a step, Logan walked in through the swinging door. He smiled at Mila before pausing at me as I wiggled the skirt down.
"Borrowing your mom's clothes again?"
He asked with a raised brow. It wasn't fair that he looked calm, poised, and a sip of smooth bourbon while I fidgeted like I had fire ants in my underwear. "I haven't had time to go clothes shopping." "What are you doing here?"
"I'm picking up Avery."
My stomach dropped to my hemline.
"There's my handsome man,"
Avery said as she walked over from the chef's station. After a full night's work in the kitchen, her white chef's coat was still pristine with nary a spot on it. Logan smiled at her, but his glance was uneasy. He probably felt uncomfortable with her display of affection with me standing right next to him. But she didn't seem to notice or care as she wrapped her arms around him and gave him a small kiss hello. Her eyes targeted me for a second, as if in warning before she moved away.
"Let me just pack up. I'm almost ready."
"No hurry."
Logan said. Mila abandoned me again.
"So, what's with the dress?"
I was asked to get drinks after work.
"Oh, yeah? Who?"
I shrugged. One of Avery's chefs was here earlier and asked. Mila said yes for me.
"Why didn't you say yes?"
I glanced at him, wondering if he really cared, or if he was just filling in time before Avery was ready to leave. I didn't get any information from his unexpressive gaze, just that I preferred his soft brown eyes to brilliant blue ones. "I'm not in the mood," I said honestly. "Nor do I have clothes." There was no heat in his gaze as he scanned my dress, but I still felt something.
"I'd caution how you sit."
"Because you're an expert in dresses?" He smiled, but then frowned as something caught his attention behind me. I glanced over to find Nash walking into the kitchen. He had changed as well. No longer in a chef's uniform, he wore a dark blue button-down shirt, collar slightly open, and black slacks. There was heat in his gaze as he eyed the dress.
"Nash is the one who asked you out?"
"Yes. Who did you think it was?"
"You're not going out with him."
"You tried the Big Brother act when I was 14. It didn't end well for you, if you remember."
"Jade, I'm serious."
Avery stopped Nash to have a word with him. "We're just having a drink," I said. "That's it. You can stop the act."
"What act?"
"The act that you care who I date."
"I don't. I mean, I care. I just... Don't twist what I'm trying to say. Nash is with a different girl nearly every night. Avery's told me stories about him."
"Thank you for caring or not caring. But I'm not going to fall into bed with him. It's a drink, and then I'm going home."
"Text me and I'll pick you up. Don't let him try to take you home. And don't you dare walk around Chicago streets dressed like that. Do you have a coat?"
"Of course I don't have a coat. It's summer. You're being ridiculous," I said. Although I did have to admit I liked the fact that he would ditch Avery to come and drive me home.
"You're not taking this seriously. Promise me you'll text me."
Avery walked up to Logan and wrapped her arm possessively around his waist.
"I'm ready to go."
"Don't make me relive homecoming."
He said to me before glancing at Avery with a tight smile. He gave me one last steely glance before leaving with Avery.
What was that about?
Nash asked. Nothing.
Didn't seem like nothing. I didn't realize you and Logan knew each other.
Family friend. Ready to go? He gave a nod. As we headed out, I told Ross I was leaving, but my mind couldn't get Logan's words out of my mind. Don't make me relive homecoming. That was one of the worst nights of my life, and yet, one of the best. It's when Logan saved me from a date gone wrong. We ended up together that night. Nash and I headed out to the sidewalk.
I'm not familiar with Chinatown. Do you have a place you like to go? Otherwise, we can take my car and head somewhere else.
If you don't mind walking a few blocks, there's a bar just down the road. It wasn't a great bar. Its name kinda said it all. The Rusty Screw was not somewhere you'd take a first date. But I was trying not to consider this a date at all. Just two people getting a drink. And I was curious about the diner Nash had mentioned. After talking to Uncle Sal, I wanted to know more about Nash's connection to it. Was he really just a guy living next to it, or did he play a larger role? A few drinks and a little conversation might give me the information. As we walked down the road, he offered his arm to me as a gentlemanly gesture, but being sober and wearing flats, I didn't feel the need to take him up on his offer.
So, tell me about yourself.
I work at Piatto Perfetto, and I have a love of cannoli and dumplings. But I want to know about you. I've heard a rumor you're with a different girl nearly every night.
Logan told you that, didn't he?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
He's never liked me?
Why?
Because I work closely with Avery. I think he's a little jealous that I might try to make a move on her.
You haven't?
Should I have?
She's pretty. Successful, smart.
Also my boss.
Doesn't stop people.
Have you seen the way she looks at Logan? She's not interested in anyone but him.
I didn't need the reminder. The Rusty Screw came into view. I pointed to the brick building that had one tiny window lit up with beer signs. This is the place.
You come here?
Looking for something with a little more class?
I just didn't think you'd be the type to hang out here.
It's close and familiar. And the drinks are cheap.
I'm game if you are.
I led the way in and found a deserted table in front of the bar.
There's a table in the back corner.
There's more scenery near the bar. Even without Logan's warning, I wasn't stupid. Dark corner tables were where touches went unnoticed. But front and center, that was a different story. What do you want? I'll order.
I'll order. I asked you to come out.
First round on me. He looked like he was going to insist on buying the first round, but then agreed.
Whiskey on the rocks, please.
I thought of you more as a wine person.
Do they have wine?
Probably from a box.
Exactly. Whiskey will be fine.
I was throwing him off his game. Perfect. I ordered a whiskey on the rocks for him and white soda with a splash of grenadine for me. I told the bartender that my drink needed to remain the same for the rest of the night. He took one look at Nash and gave a nod. It wasn't that I was afraid of Nash, but Uncle Sal's warning got into my head, and I couldn't shake the feeling that Nash was more than just a pretty chef. There was no proof for me to go on, so I decided to play it safe and go with non-alcoholic drinks. He eyed my drink when I returned. I placed the whiskey on the table in front of him and then took a seat across from him. So, I told you a little about myself, I said. What about you?
I only know that you like cannoli and dumplings, and that you're very pretty.
Thank you. But we are on to you now.
If we are talking about things that I like, then I like exploratory cooking, brunches on Sunday, and you. I've also been told that I'm very pretty.
His wry grin told me he was teasing, but I did not doubt that he was told several times that he was pretty or handsome. Where do you like to eat? I asked. Have you gone to any of the restaurants that the arsonist hit?
I think I've been to every restaurant in the city.
Really?
I love going to different restaurants. It's actually how Avery and I met. I had gone to a small Ethiopian restaurant. It only had 3 tables, 2 were full. Avery arrived a moment later and they asked if we'd like to share a table.
He shrugged.
Now I work for her.
Did you explore other restaurants together?
Many, but hardly ever now.
Why not? He took a drink.
Logan came along. You know how new couples can be. They tend to do everything together.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. If I hadn't met Avery, I wouldn't have met you.
I gave a small smile. He was quite charming and knew what to say to women. I took a drink and then asked, "If you've been to every restaurant, then you must have eaten at the diner near you that the arsonist hit."
Many times.
I'm surprised.
Why?
Just that you said you love exploratory cooking and trying new places. And yet at a diner, things are pretty much the same, and sometimes they are not very good.
Which is one of my guilty secrets. It's a secret I'd never tell any of my chef friends. But I love a greasy diner with the same old menu I've known for years. There's something about the simplicity and predictability that makes it comfortable.
I guess I get that. How did you figure out a mob boss owns it?
Old Vito sits at the same back booth every day. People come and go, staying with him for a minute and then leaving. Sometimes people bring stuff to him and sometimes they take stuff when they leave. All of them look like people I'd think twice before crossing.
Sounds like a dangerous place to eat. Why not go somewhere else? There's bound to be dozens of diners in Chicago. He shrugged.
It's close. With Vito sitting in his back booth, no one messes with the customers.
I guess I'd be worried there'd be a shooting or something. Piatto Perfetto was hit by the blood dragons about a month ago. I never want to relive that again. His eyes widened for a moment.
I think I remember hearing about it. Was anyone hurt?
No one, thankfully. But the experience would make me think twice before going to a diner owned by a mob boss.
Perhaps I could show you it's safe. We could go there for breakfast tomorrow.
I paused as I tried to figure out what exactly he was suggesting. Was it just breakfast, or was he looking for a way to subtly hint something else? I have plans tomorrow. Maybe some other time. He gave a nod.
Any day you want.
We stared at each other. I wasn't getting the vibe that he had anything to do with the mob. He seemed rather like a decent guy who should be dating someone like Avery. Since I didn't want to question him further on the diner, I decided to talk about something we both had in common: restaurants and reviewers. Twirling the tiny straw in my glass, I asked, "What's your take on restaurant review sites?"
I think they serve a purpose, but they tend to cause problems too. Not all reviews are fair or accurate. Some people use them just because they're angry. Why? Did you get a bad review?
I caused a 1-star the other day, but I was just curious. I've been tracking a guy who hates every restaurant except for Avery's. Nash smiled.
You're talking about Gershwin.
Yeah. How did you know?
He's a regular. Always ask for Avery whenever he comes in.
What's he like?
A little odd, but harmless. Why?
I'm just curious. He raised a brow.
Just curious. I know when a woman is angling for information. What's your real reason?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell him, but since there was time to kill, and I didn't want to have to try to find another topic, I said, "I've noticed that he reviewed all of the places that were hit."
You think he's the pyro?
Part of me thinks so, but I have a feeling I'm grasping at straws.
He reviews many restaurants. The majority are still standing.
I guess. It's just something Avery said that made me wonder.
What was it?
She said her favorite noodle is penne.
That's true. But I'm not following.
The arsonist leaves penne at the scene of the crime. Maybe she told Gershwin that she loves it as well. Maybe it's his love letter to her.
But why burn down restaurants?
So she doesn't have competition. I leaned back with a sigh. I know it's a stretch, but I can't shake the feeling he's somehow tied to the fires.
That is a stretch, but it makes sense too. I guess I never really saw Gershwin as an arsonist, but maybe.
There's a part of me that wants him to come into Piatto Perfetto while Avery is there. I'm curious to know what he's like. But at the same time, I don't want a bad review or for our restaurant to be reduced to ashes.
Actually, he might be there tomorrow.
I straightened. What? Why? How do you know?
He came into the restaurant tonight. He seemed upset that Avery wasn't there and asked where she was. I told him.
He winced.
I really hope he's not the arsonist. Sorry.
I guess I'll get to see him after all. I sat back. I really hope he's not the arsonist, too.